but that's fine.
Okay, well.
Real crooked, but it's fine.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Hi, it's Tuesday here at Books with Pictures, and we have been doing construction all dang day, and so we didn't all get to read all the things.
I'm here for one comment.
Nico is going to tell you about
the X-Men Hellfire
Murder.
So they've been hyping this up. It is what it says on the tin. It's the X-Men Hellfire Gala Murder Mystery Masquerade event.
I do want to point out that we already had a murder at a Hellfire Gala.
But was that one a masquerade event?
I mean, no. But we did murder somebody at a Hellfire Gala, like the second one.
To be fair, I think that kind of just happens anytime you get a lot of X-Men together.
Point.
Which they should have known at this point. But anyways, basically this is a one-shot where Sebastian Shaw invites a bunch of mutants and is like, hey guys, let's talk about the future of mutant stuff. And then a murder happens, and everyone's like, you did it, you did it, you did it. And it's up to Wolverine to solve it, while wearing a very slutty outfit. The art in this is wild because it's like every X-Men team, just like trading off. So there's like a couple pages from, there's like that, and then there's that, and then there's the really painterly pages that I don't love.
So yeah. Lots of art styles.
Lots
of really great character dialogue moments.
Yeah, there's some romancy stuff happening in here, and some of it I was cool with, and some of it I wasn't. There's a lovely Rogue and Gambit bit.
Kitty gets to dance with a pretty girl.
Jubilee calls Wolverine's necklace a bondage collar. It's like a lot of ups and downs, but I enjoyed all of their outfits and
murder.
It's just
does it get solved within the?
It does. Yes. It gets solved very quickly, and it was like, oh yeah, that all makes sense. And then it was like, but wait. So yeah, anyways.
Can you grab for me notable trades while I bang through these? I'll do it. All right. So the rest of the stack, I'm just going to go through them real quick like. Godzilla Conquers the Multiverse. This is the first of a mini-series. I think you need it. This is a bunch of the Watchers Council get together and they say something terrible is happening in many of our universes and it's spreading, and that terrible thing is Godzilla. This has all of the absolutely zany multiversal antics that you could possibly want. In Tokyo, we have Giganto versus Rodan. We have an absolutely spectacular adamantium mecha Fin Fang Foom. And it just gets better from there. Peter Parker adopts a new pet from the land of kaiju and names it and teaches him to play catch. Yeah, so this is just outright zany, lots of fun. This is for you and your kids and your teens, it's fantastic. Gambit Wanted. Okay, this is for a very specific audience. This is Chris Claremont returning to the Claremont verse. This issue, it makes a special note, happens in between, after Gambit 2022 and before Uncanny X-Men 270, which of course you all remember that Uncanny X-Men 270 was the first issue of, oh, now I've forgotten. Gosh darn it. Anyway, of a crossover event. So this is another episode of Chris Claremont going back into his own continuity and from the 60s and inserting new things. Not the 60s, the 80s. Anyway, I'm tired. Yes, new little lovely Gambit story before he joins the X-Men. So he knows he's a mutant and he has left the Thieves Guild and he is in the world on his own. That's that one. remember how at the end of the last week's Dark Knights of Steel, not Aquaman, but Aquaman rose from the sea to talk about the evils happening down in the deeps. This is a one-shot covering what's happening down in the deeps in Dark Knights of Steel. I want to cover, that's a duplicate. I want to talk about two of these together, but what happened to my pile? Okay, I am partly in a rush because I am leaving very early tomorrow morning to go to San Diego Comic-Con, which I am so excited about. There are two comics this week celebrating San Diego Comic-Con. One of them is Dread the Hall H. This is the summer annual of these anthologies by Jordan Hart and Chris Ryle. And our artists in this anthology are Luana Vecchio, Charles P. Wilson III, Mariana Ignazi, and Tom Williams. It's real silly. It is literally a series of short stories taking place at the con. If you spend any time at any kind of convention, but especially at San Diego Comic-Con, these stories are for you. It's a lot of fun. These guys also do their Christmas anthology, Dread the Halls, which is a Christmas horror anthology. So here is your con horror anthology. And then we also have the long-awaited Godzilla vs. San Diego, which is in the Godzilla vs. America line, but includes, for example, this fantastic short by the Eisner Award-winning Greg and Fake of Santos Sisters, and just it's a goofy good time from San Diego Comic-Con. Look at what's happening. Yeah, Godzilla is in San Diego at con time. Good Devils Don't Play Fair with Evil. This is a long-awaited second printing of a fantastic set of short stories by Nick Dragata and David Brothers. It is...
I read that first couple of
It's so good, and it came out like a year ago. But it was a short print run, and now we have more, so if you missed out on that one, honestly, this is just a great time.
It's really good. It's the same person that's drawing Absolute Batman at present.
So yeah, look at that action. Just really fun. Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu. This is a wild combination of Paper Cuts, Mad Cave, and Disney teaming up to bring you a kids comic with The Mandalorian Grogu. Continuity-wise, this happens like smack in the middle of the TV series. This is like other adventures that happened while Mandalorian and Grogu were traveling around together that didn't make it into the TV show, basically. But it's a nice, like, middle grade reading level.
Is it a one shot?
I don't think so. I think we're gonna get more. But it's centered. No, well, this is a standalone story, but I think we're gonna get more of them. But it's got some really cool, like, map pages that I liked a lot. But it's very solidly middle grade. Look, they're going down in the tunnels. And it's cute. It's, yeah, good stuff. Hey, do you remember that one time when they built a giant mecha Hellboy and connected Hellboy's consciousness to Mecha Hellboy, and then it made Hellboy go berserk, and so they had to split the consciousness off? Turns out the robot didn't die, it retained that independent sentient consciousness, and now it's running amok.
It crystallized.
So Giant Robot Hellboy returns. Did you need Mecha Hellboy in your life? I think you did. It's really goofy fun. Okay, this is my pick of the week. This is great. This is so angry. Teenie Howard and Amilcar Pina bring you Sicko. This is what if your autoimmune disorder is only attacking you because it doesn't have anyone else to attack? What if your autoimmune disorder is just uncreative and bored? What if your autoimmune disorder could be sicked on your enemies and you would feel so much better? This is Sicko. It is about a targetable disease and the woman who harbors it in her body. Lots of fun, real angry, spoony girls. This is for you. It's great.
I couldn't read it. It was a little too...
It's icky.
A little icky for me.
Okay, Dungeons and Dragons Total Party Killers. This is really silly D&D goodness. This is what's supposed to be an easy raid on a... I don't want to cover your whole face.
It's okay.
It's supposed to be an easy raid on a dead magician's hideout, but it's full of controlled magical monsters who are being sicked on our party. And what we wind up with is a party of magical monsters. By far the best thing in this is Looksee. Looksee is a baby beholder. Look at Looksee, the baby beholder. Yeah, you fall in love with Looksee and then you're in. You're stuck. You got to read the whole story. So, D&D story, lots of fun. Marvel Zero is out. This Marvel Zero comes out every year, more or less, at this point. And this is a bunch of literally 2-page stories that are previewing what we're going to be seeing from Marvel in the next year, specifically the big events. So if you want to get a little preview of where things are going over Marvel words and you believe that they're going to stay the course for the next year on their plans, this is that. So we get to find out about what's happening in the Amazing Spider-Man, the Queen in Black event, the Infernal Hulk event, what's going on with Doomsday. We get a Doomsday preview, and we get a bunch of previews of what's coming next in Marvel. That's this year's 2026 Marvel Zero. I didn't read this one. I didn't even skim it. I'm so sorry. Also, Kirkman has a new book out. It's called Terminal. I'm really sorry. That's all I know. That's the one I didn't get to skim.
I was sitting here because I wanted to
I think it's part of the
say a couple things.
Invincible universe.
Oh, is it part of the Invincible universe?
It had matching covers with, or not matching, but it had the same kind of cover that Battle Beast had. So.
The new book, Terminal, by Kirkman, Casey, Kubert, and McCaig, is part of the Invincible universe.
Yes.
I know things.
Orlando's one of my favorite things ever.
I've been waiting for this.
And it is absolutely amazing. And I recommend everyone, if you don't know what this is about, basically it's about a person that, an immortal person. And every time they go to sleep, after a certain amount of time, they wake up as a different person, a different sex, a different whatever, in a different age, and they go through that whole.
So they start as like an Elizabethan courtier man, and in their life as a 20th century babe.
Yeah, going around having sex with other people.
Yeah, a slutty early 20th century babe.
Yeah, and then they go to sleep and wake up as a, I can't remember what age it is.
But classic Virginia Woolf novel,
amazing.
adapted beautifully. Also, we have signed copies of Beneath the Trees Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring.
Oops, hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. There's two hardcovers that are different, and then
this is a pair. So this is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, the original, and this is Rite of Spring. So together, this is a beautifully paired hardcover collection. If you like beautiful books on your shelves, these might be the ones for you. I think we have book plates.
All of these ones have book plates. 2 of these do.
All of Rite of Spring have book plates, and the smart 2 who come in for this one early will also get a book plate. Yes. So, this is gorgeous, and clearly intended as a pair.
Hello. Specifically this Beneath the Trees, this reprint where it's hardcover and nice and has bonus material, is also nominated for an Eisner for I think
Best Design.
Graphic album?
Or reprint.
Yeah. That's neat.
I know. I put it there. I held it in my hands and looked at it. Anyway, and then this is the first availability of the trade of Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees Rite of Spring. This is, if you remember, you probably don't, but I do. This is the updated into the late 90s, early aughts internet age, where one of the descendants of Sam's original victims uses the internet to learn more about what killed her family member.
Yep.
So that's in hardcover and paperback.
And
Murder Bear Lives.
Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 4. Okay, Volume 4?
Yep.
Amazing. Great. And also the House of Slaughter, the Color Trilogy. Also good. It goes with the other trilogy, not trilogy, but the other set that came out was just talking about one character. Get both of them because they go together. They're great.
The collection of Powers 25. This was the return of Bendis Omeg's Powers series last year for its 20th anniversary. 20th sounds right. Local boys make good here in this dark adult superhero universe. And finally, yeah, you did. Half Dwarf, Half Orc, All Dork by Brett Bean. This is a fun fantasy series about a little dwarf orc named Dork who has to find the ways to reconcile their mixed race.
So here's the thing.
Nico, get in there.
There's like a prophecy about like everybody. There's a light side of magic and a dark side of magic, and because he is like half of each, everyone's like, he's going to end the world. It's, oh my God, he's going to kill us all. So everybody in the world is trying to kill him, but just by virtue of existing, he kind of accidentally like works his way out of things, and now he's like on a quest to not meet his destiny. It's very silly. There's a beheaded ghost chicken. That's just the ghost head follows and the body keeps walking around and following. There's a talking shield. It's very silly. It's very
a big eyeball shield.
Yeah. Brett is
my body,
yeah.
says the chicken.
She's the later artist for I Hate Fairyland. So very similar vibes to that. Definitely up the same alley as far as like gore humor. Look at that weird chihuahua. I love that thing.
Is that 3 heads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Cerberus.
What if Cerberus was a chihuahua?
Yeah. It's very funny. I enjoy it quite a lot. It's definitely got a lot of those like, oh, that dude, his whole head exploded moments. But it's very cartoony, so.
Yeah, in a fun way.
Yeah.
And finally, fabulously chunky reprint volume of all of Roberta Gregory's Bitchy, which was published by Fantagraphics from 1991 to 2004, a 40-issue run of Bitchy. Now collected entirely in this volume. This is so dense. If you haven't run into Midge McCracken before, I feel like she is like, if Kathy were a more progressive comic, you would get Bitchy. Anyway, Midge McCracken's the worst. She's bitter and she is pessimistic and she expects the world to give her exactly that. And so she gives as good as she gets. I love Roberta Gregory's cartooning. It is bold. It is weird. It is just really visceral. But this is definitely, has a deeply 90s underground feel. It is a good time in that it's funny, and it's also definitely critical comics history. So you should pick this one up. That's all I've got. That's what I'm telling you about today. If you are going to be in San Diego, give me a shout and we can catch each other then, or, bump into each other in the 100,000 people that are out there. Or I will see you next week. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.